This is the story of Wilson, a gentle, resilient dog who has been through more than most animals should. He has become a living reminder of what love, patience, and second chances can truly heal. Wilson's life started rough when he was rescued off the streets of South Los Angeles. He was only 6 weeks old, tiny, weak, and barely surviving. He had a bad abscess on his nose from an old injury. And because of it, he had completely lost the ability to breathe through his nose. Every single breath he took came through his mouth, sounding loud and labored. Even when he tried to play, you could see how much effort it took just for him to stay alive. Most people wouldn't have even noticed him, just another small, broken puppy in a city full of them. But somehow, through fate, he made it into the hands of people who truly cared. The shelter staff took him in, made sure he was safe, and reached out for specialized help. That is how his path eventually crossed with his new owner. Through compassion, through fate, through something bigger than just coincidence. When the owner first saw Wilson, she didn't even realize he was struggling to breathe so badly. He was wagging his tail hard, his eyes full of light, just happy to see someone. Then she heard it, the raspy, wheezy sound of each difficult breath. Her heart broke right away. But there was something strong, almost unshakable, about him that told her he wasn't giving up, and she knew she couldn't either. She promised him right there that she would fight for him, no matter what it took. What followed were months of appointments, complex tests, and many late-night worries. His medical team went above and beyond, even reaching out internationally for answers. Eventually, a brilliant surgeon in New Zealand helped design a specialized procedure that could give Wilson a chance to breathe normally again. The surgery was incredibly complex. They had to place tiny tubes inside his nose and hold them in place with small buttons on the outside of his face for 10 long weeks. It was not easy for him at all. The healing process was slow and sometimes difficult, and there were days when the owner questioned if they were doing the right thing. But Wilson handled it all with the quiet courage of a soul who somehow knew this difficult time was his chance at a real, healthy life. When the day finally arrived to remove the tubes, everyone held their breath, crossing their fingers. The scar tissue had formed perfectly, creating new, open airways. For the first time in his life, Wilson could breathe normally. The first small thing he did was smell. It sounds so simple and small, but it was everything to him and his owner. He walked around the yard sniffing the grass, the fresh air, and even his owner's hands. It was like each new scent was an amazing gift he was discovering. They realized that not only had he never breathed normally, but he had also never truly smelled anything before. Watching him discover that wonderful part of the world for the very first time was something the owner says she will never forget. As Wilson healed, his heart seemed to grow even bigger and more loving. They were fostering a small cat at the time, and to everyone's surprise, the two animals became totally inseparable. From that day on, every litter of foster kittens they took in had Wilson as their gentle, devoted guardian. He would lie perfectly still as they climbed all over him, patient as ever, letting the tiny kittens bat at his ears or nap comfortably on his back. One of those little kittens was blind, a tiny, fragile soul who found comfort only when she was physically near Wilson. Now, 2 years later, that cat still follows him everywhere he goes. Wherever he walks, she is right behind him, trusting completely that he will keep her safe. Watching those two together is pure magic. They are two souls who see the world differently, yet somehow understand each other absolutely perfectly. Wilson has been called a unicorn by many veterinarians, a one-of-a-kind dog who carries no bitterness or resentment despite everything he has endured. Most animals with this kind of severe medical history might be wary or fearful of people, but not Wilson. He is calm, patient, and endlessly loving. He greets everyone, people and animals alike, like an old friend, even after all he's been through. And maybe the most beautiful thing about him is how he teaches other animals and people what true kindness looks like. The kittens who grow up beside him quickly become confident, fearless, and incredibly affectionate pets. Families who adopt them always tell the owner the same thing. This cat isn't afraid of anything. And the owner knows exactly why. It's because those little kittens learn their bravery from the most gentle, resilient teacher she knows. Wilson has shown his owner that healing isn't just about medicine and surgery. It's about unconditional love, deep trust, and the quiet strength of absolutely never giving up. He is living proof that resilience and tenderness can easily coexist, and that even the most wounded hearts can evolve into the very kindest. Every day, the owner thanks him for surviving, for fighting so hard, and for constantly reminding her that the gentlest souls are always the strongest ones. If she could tell him one thing and know he truly understood, it would be this: thank you. Thank you for letting me be a small part of your amazing story. Thank you for teaching me that real love has no limits or bounds. You are my miracle, my source of calm, my joy, and my constant reminder that even the most broken beginnings can lead to the most beautiful and happy lives. If this incredible dog rescue story touched your heart, give it a like and a comment. Even sharing this video helps more amazing animals like Wilson find the love and second chances they deserve.